My destiny is my destiny. You can't be mad at me for not being cool with you trying to steal my destiny. So whilst God cleared a way for me to fulfill my destiny, aka the man that belongs to me, whoever got him, you're gonna let him go. The clients that belong to me, whoever got them, you're gonna let them go. The money that belong to me, whoever got it, you're gonna let it go. The status that belong to me, whoever in it, you're going to let it go. And whatever become of all those who are stealing these things from me, that's your business. Because while you're trying to steal my destiny, what go on for your destiny? While you're trying to walk in somebody else's shoes, what go on for your shoes? Why should I step aside and allow you to be in my position? When I do that, what go on for me? But let me tell you something. Anybody sitting in my position, anybody having my things, anybody having my people, you'll never be happy with them because they don't belong to you. So they're going to bring you misery. So steal them if you want to. Keep them as long as you can if you want to. You will never be satisfied with them. They're not meant for you. There will always be chaos. There will always be upheaval. There will always be dissatisfaction. There will always be sadness. I don't need to fight you for what is mine. You will let it go. When it gets to be too much for you, you will let him go. You will let them go. I don't have to fight. I'm waiting. That which belongs to me will find me. Everything and everybody that belong to me, they're going to find me. Because they know where they belong. So no, I'm not mad at you for trying to be in my place. I'm not mad at you for trying to be in my position. Enjoy. Not. You will never enjoy it. It's not meant for you. You are not built for it. You don't have the right blending of energies to sustain it or him or them. It'll forever be like you're holding on to thorns and you're wondering why this shit ain't working. It's not yours. He's not yours. That's why he's not happy, you're not happy. Your energies don't mesh well. You're not meant to be. God didn't put you together. You'll never be happy with him. And he will never be happy with you. You are not built for each other. Okay? So no, I don't give a fuck about you sitting in my seat. I don't give a fuck about you taking the man that's supposed to be for me. You're creating your own prison. You're creating your own jail. You're creating your own calm. Because you'll never have peace of mind. You'll never have happiness with him. You'll never be satisfied with him. And he'll never have peace of mind with you. He'll never be happy with you. He'll never be satisfied with you. The way his mind is set up and the way that your mind is set up, they're not set up in a way that they blend. They're set up in a way that they cause friction. You do not attract each other. You repel each other. He wasn't built for you. He was built for me. And I was built for him. Okay? So when you finally are out of the picture and I'm in the picture, and you see us getting along well, you see him doing things that you're not used to seeing him do, you see him saying things that you're not used to hearing him say, just know it's because of the blending of energies. Different people bring out different sides of us. It's alchemy. Alchemy of souls. It's nature. Okay? So yes, I am lonely. Yes, I am dissatisfied. Yes, I do want my person, but I can wait. Because rotten fruits fall off the tree by themselves. I don't need to do anything. Okay? Nature itself is against your union because you don't belong together. He don't belong to you. Moving on. Most High God, if there's anybody trying to interfere with this reading, please block them so we can receive the messages that you brought us here to receive. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. Let me get some juice. Alrighty. Let's see what God want to talk about today. Yeah, I'm a goofy bitch and he like me just like this because he goofy too. So you don't worry about my goofiness. It's perfect. My goofiness says I'm in a decent mood. Jaja, 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 jaja. You'll never let us down, no Jah. You'll never let us down. Hear me when I sing it. Jaja, 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 jaja. You'll never let us down, no Jah. You'll never let us down. Hear me when I sing it. Cha-cha, 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 cha-cha. Never let us down, no Jah. Never let us down. Alchemy, my darling, alchemy. The science of souls. And to all of you young girls who like to flaunt your youth and your flat belly and your perky titties in front of my face, thinking that's gonna make me feel bad about myself, right? that perfection comes as a default. When you get to my age, I'm 44. And you have a beautiful physique, beautiful skin. You're as strong as I am, agile. You know, you're like a masterpiece, like me. Then you can present your bumbuckler to me. Until then, you cannot compete where you do not compare. Keep your new brand self in your own lane. Okay? This 44-year-old body has been through a lot. This 44-year-old body has been neglected a lot. And to see it looking as fantastic as this, okay? I need a round of applause, pats on the back, kisses, all sorts. Great job, Shanel. Thank you. I didn't wake up like this. This is our choice. The choices that I made in my life, it brought me to this, where I can look like this at age 44. Okay? I look like I'm you people's age. I probably look like, I don't know, like 30. Somebody might see me and think that I'm like in my 30s. No, my darling. I can be your grandma. Most of y'all. My daughter is 24. Okay? And I'm a happy grandma. Put all the sexiest grannies alive in a line. I'll be in there. I'm proud. I'm proud of my age. And I'm proud of my health. And I haven't even been doing what I'm supposed to be doing on the scale that I'm supposed to be doing it. I just been sitting on the brink, just chilling. Only doing what's necessary, not going above and beyond for anything or anybody, because I'm not trying to impress anybody. I don't want the little young boys them to be, all up on me. I would prefer to not be the type of person who men see as a sex symbol, that they'd be jerking off to my pictures in their house, and I prefer not. But I do uphold a standard of beauty, a standard of attraction, alchemy. I have control over how the world responds to me. Unlike you, I'm sure you're happy to know that people be jerking off to your pictures and all that shit, because that's where you get your value from. My value doesn't come from outside of myself. My value comes from within myself. Do you even understand what I'm saying, young ladies who try to compare and compete with me? You're probably too dumb to understand what I'm saying, because you haven't lived enough yet. So I would appreciate it if you all deal with people on your level. Okay? Because you cannot compare to me. Because what makes a woman is not her beauty. It is not her pulling potential. It is not what she can get in life. What makes a woman is what she puts out. how does her presence, how does her characteristics affect her environment? That's what makes a woman. Because if you want to base womanhood on beauty alone, almost every woman you look at, they're beautiful. Put on the right clothes on them and you'll be surprised. Beauty is not very high up on the list of priorities when it comes to determining our value as women. It's a bonus. That's like icing on the cake. And like I say, as you get older, all that default beauty, all that default perky boobs and perky bottom and all that shit is going to fade. And then what? When you no longer have your beauty to use as your power, what will you then use? What becomes your value when your beauty fades? What becomes your value when your pussy get worn out? Like I said, do not try to compete with me because you cannot compare to me. You're not on my level. Okay? I'm an elder and you're a babe. You would do better if you try to learn something from me rather than try to pose next to me in an effort to make me feel like I'm less of a woman. Because that will never work. I know too much. Okay? Even if I lose all of my teeth, like I said, it is the woman inside here that gives me value. It is my character that gives me value. Okay? I can buy beauty. You can buy beauty. Character cannot be bought. The true worth of any woman and any man is their character. The true worth of any woman and any man is their character. Our psychological makeup, not our physical makeup. So even if you see a man or a woman living on the street homeless, that still don't give you the right to assume that you're above him or her. Because their current position is not their final destination. If they got it right up here, you can always rise again. That is character, resilience. Don't count me out, bitch. I'm coming back. It's gonna take me some time, but I'll be back. Watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Okay, so character, my darling. Psychology, not physiology. That's true power. That's true value. Because a lot of y'all are beautiful devils. You're horrible mothers. You treat yourself horribly because you live on alcohol and drugs and sex. That's how you live. And you stay lazy. And when your body starts sagging, You go and you seduce some man to get his money so you can go get a boob job. I'm not that chick. Okay? Don't try compete and compare with me. You're not in my bracket. In no way. I'm sure a lot of y'all, your body count gone past mine. I think mine is like at 35 or something. And I'm 44. And I started having sex at 14. What's your stats? Respect yourself. And then you want man to treat you like your wifey material when you live like a whore. You want man to wife you up after you live like a whore. What about your character says, I am a wife? Can you look after children? Can you even look after your bumbleclot self? A lot of y'all can't even look after yourselves and you're having children. A lot of y'all want to have children so you can dress them up. And now the new trend is to have children so you can get a paycheck. You know what that is? Hey, that's some loser shit. Okay? Yeah, that's a loser lifestyle. God doesn't want me to disrespect you, but yeah, that's some dumb shit. Y'all have children not because you want children, but because you want a paycheck. So now you have these children that you don't even want, and you treat them like shit, don't care about them. Because it's not about them, it was never about them, it was about the paycheck. You cannot compare yourself to me. Your character is not an honorable one. You're not in my bracket. And last but not least, sensible women do not fight over any man. Respectable women never fight over any man because they know that if a man truly wants them, he will make it happen. You won't have to fight for him. Nobody can make any man do anything that they don't want to do. That's what sensible women know. So you could be the nicest wife in the world. You could be the most beautiful wife in the world. You could still get cheated on. You could still be seen as nothing in his eyes. That's what sensible people know. So sensible men know that about women, and sensible women know that about men. It doesn't matter how great you are. If somebody doesn't value you, they simply don't value you. A lot of people will then take that on as though there's something wrong with them, but it's for us to know there's nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with that motherfucker right there. I'm with the wrong one. Or that idiot need to grow up. Throwing away diamonds for fucking glass stones. They think the grass is always greener somewhere else. It's not your fault if somebody don't see your value. Just keep being your great self. The right person will notice you. And the right person just might be the jackass who chose not to see your value in the first place. Usually they see your value when you're gone. When they no longer have access to every beautiful thing that you brought into their life. That's when they see your value. Because then they start comparing you to everybody else around them. Don't compete with me. Learn from me. Okay? We'd be better as friends. Distant friends, mind you, because I don't really like people like that. But I can be courteous. But I'm definitely not in competition with anyone, because none of y'all can compare to me. Even women on my level, we are smart enough to know that life is not a competition anyway. We are all our own flavor. We are all great. It's not a competition. That's stupid. Okay? When you grow up, you'll see and you'll agree. All right. And I'm not talking about growing up in age, I'm talking about growing up in mind. When you grow up, you will see and you will agree. We don't need to compete with each other. We all are who we are. We are all queens and kings in our own kingdoms. We are all sovereign beings. The only one who can take you off your throne is yourself. Because you choose to allow people's negativity penetrate your psyche. Okay? So be the master of yourself. Know your value. Develop yourself to be valuable. Know what is true value in life, period. Then you can go about developing these things in yourself. It's like this. If you were to leave the life of the people around you right now, would they miss you? And if they do miss you, what is it about you that they would miss? That's your value. To them, anyway. I want you to answer that question. If you were to leave the lives of the people that you associate yourself right now with, would they miss you? And what would they miss about you? That's your value. To them, anyway. The background image on my profile says the healing of we, the people. So if you're not into healing, this is not the channel for you. If you're not into growing and becoming a better version of yourself, this is not the channel for you. I don't need you to come around here with your negativity, okay? Thank you. If you don't want to grow, you got to go. If you didn't know, now you know. Okay, so the subject matter of this here reading. Ooh, we got age over 250 years old. Ooh. So is that a person? Is this the class of beings that God is talking to? Those who have passed the age of 250. Is that crazy? It's not. You don't want me to say it. I'm going to say it anyway. Humans don't know fuck all, most of us anyway, about how to care for ourselves. So me being 44 and looking like this is nothing. Okay? These are baby goals. Some of the people that we see on a daily basis, they are beyond 100. And we think they're 30 because they look like they're 30. They look like they're 40. They look like they're 50. But some of them are actually 250 and beyond. You think I'm lying? If you think I'm lying, you're one of these people who know very little about what it truly means to be human. So it makes me look like the crazy one. But the evidence is clear. Here's my evidence. Okay. So let's take let's say two 80-year-olds. We're going to take one 80-year-old whose lifestyle is to sit around and watch TV and knit for most of her day. Okay? And we're going to take the other 80-year-old. This 80-year-old goes to the farm. They farm the land. This is common in most like Indian cultures and black cultures. Yeah. So you'll find 80-year-olds still working. In this culture, 80-year-olds, they sit down and watch TV and wait for death to come. So these 80-year-olds who sit around all day, they end up looking like prunes, dried raisins, or dried grapes. Raisin, they look like raisins, wrinkly, old and frail. So how come this 80-year-old look and operate like that, and this 80-year-old could have looked like, they'll be 80 and look like they're, let's say, 60, 50 years old, capable of doing things that even people younger than them can't do. Using the hoe to till the land and cut down trees and all type of thing. Male or female. Old age is an option. The fountain of youth is a lifestyle. Retirement should be that time in your life when you start to do your own thing. it doesn't mean it's time for you to stop living. Retirement is time for you to take a break and then live out your own dreams. Death comes because people feel like they have no purpose, they have no value. So when you feel like your life is over in here, it manifests out here. Because this determines this. The way you think determines what you choose to do with yourself, how you choose to live. I understand you work for somebody for 40, 50 years, or you've been working for 40, 50 years, and finally you get to retirement age. You're so happy to retire. That is wonderful. Do retire. But by then you should have accumulated enough money for you to start a business, be in whatever profession you have always wanted to be. Life goes on. Take a 6-month cruise. Come back and start your own business. Get up every day, go to the gym, keep your body moving. That's how you prolong life. That's how you prolong your youth. Stay smiling, stay in contact with your friends, start a club where you can associate with people of your of your age group, where you connect through the culture and the way how you grew up and stuff like that. Stay active. That's how you stay young. Keep having goals. That's how you stay alive. Keep having goals and put in great effort to work towards these goals. That's how you stay alive. And that's how you could be 250 years old and look like you're maybe 50 or look like you're 30. So that's the subject matter of this message. Age over 250 years. We get to 100 and think that we've accomplished the greatest achievement in life. You're still a baby at 100. It's nonsense. Stupid humans. Don't know nothing about nothing. Yet we go around thinking that we're just the smartest ever. And then people who are actually smart, we call them stupid and crazy. The science speaks for itself. You got some 23-year-olds look like they're 32. How? Because of how you live. And how you think. You're always angry or depressed or sad, dissatisfied. Do you know that that changes your facial features? If you're a happy person, it shapes your facial features in that way. If you're a sad person, it shapes your facial features in that way. I can look at somebody one time and tell you if that person is a happy person or a sad person. Our superstars who were once young and so full of life, beauty, and you see them now and you see their face all dragged down, it's because they suffer great sadness, prolonged amounts of time. Sadness, that's what makes people look and get old. because that mental stress, it determines who we are physically. What are we willing to do with ourselves? When you're sad, you don't want to do anything that make you happy, unless you're the type of disciplined person who say, you know what, I've spent enough time being sad. Now it's time to do something that make me feel good because I can't even fix that problem. I'm just gonna pray about it and leave it in God's hands. And yeah, I'm tired of feeling sad. So fuck that. That's called self-mastery. It's how we live. So anywho, let's see. A lot of cards came out. Okay, so we got Thug Life. Learning life lessons. Okay. We got Anunnaki. And we got description Chinese. Interesting. Look at, yeah, the Chinese. That's a great example of people who are old and you never know. Old as fuck and you never know. Them people who live up in the hills. 80 years old with bare muscles. The body of a young man. Y'all can't talk to me. I'm not crazy. You're just ignorant. Old age is an option. And being lazy feels good, so we get caught in it. Being sad feels good. Being regretful, it feels good because we get sympathy and pity, and it just gives us the permission to just sit around and do nothing with ourselves. But it takes a toll on our beauty. It takes a toll on our agility. We get weak. We get sick, and then we die. But it didn't have to be that way. Look at Morgan Freeman. I haven't seen him lately, but Morgan Freeman been looking old and young forever. Anywho, let's continue. So, Thug Life, learning life lessons, Anunnaki, and then we have description Chinese. Let's read on. Then we have DNA. And we got age 81 to 100 years old. Change their religion. So your religion is basically the set of rules that you govern yourself by. Fountain of Youth is a lifestyle. 81 to 100 years old, and that's when they change their mind. Wanted a new life. It's never too late. I'm trying to told you. If you don't choose to believe it in here, then you'll never achieve it. But God is saying somebody that's been living any old how, thug life, doesn't have to talk about like them roadman and road gal. It's just living a life where you're just doing whatever you want. It's thug life, okay? And then you learn life lessons. So it's like when you do certain things, life shows you, yeah, that's probably not the science of life. It shows you that's not a great idea. So like if you drink a lot, it wears down your internal organs. It's like, do you want them or not? If you want them, then you should probably slow down on the drinking. You understand? If it's smoking, do you want your lungs or not? Yes, we love smoking, but all things in moderation. How about that? So when you're doing it too much and you find that it's taking a toll on your health, that's when you know, like, yeah, I need to stop or slow all the way down. Because we do these things because we love them. So we don't want to stop, but it's destroying you. So sometimes you gotta take a break so that you can give your body time to recover. Doesn't mean you have to stay away from it forever, but you have to have control over it, not allow it to have control over you. So somebody who's an alcoholic is somebody who allowed themselves to become that. You prefer to be who you are when you're intoxicated rather than be who you are when you're not intoxicated, you see. So instead of you controlling it, it now controls you. Okay? So somebody living in your house, they're learning life lessons. And then the Anunnaki energy. This is the energy that God was talking about when it talk about how they're finding their way back. So the Anunnaki, they fell from grace. So first they were living right, and then they lost their way. They get caught up in all the sex and the drugs and the money and the power, all the things that these naughty humans, they tried to make seem like, yeah, these are the highest aspirations. But now the Anunnaki are trying, they're coming to a point where they're realizing there are greater things in life than to be living this way, you know? And so this is basically what it is, learning life lessons. So this energy represents coming to consciousness of the fact that life could be better. I can actually take control of my life and be happy. And be happy doing the right things because they're good for me. You know? And then we had the Chinese. I'm going to clarify this part. I'm going to clarify the Chinese card. So we get a better idea what God is trying to say with that. But those Chinese people, yeah. These new ones, they be getting old. I think they're living more like these people over here on this side of the world. That's the reason why they start looking old. But back then, Chinese people, first of all, they don't get fat. They don't look old. Yeah, they're very special people. But let's see. Can we have some clarification for this, please? Okay, so the clarification for the Chinese is in here. Okay, so before we disrupt the deck, let's just get an idea of the underlying. So the underlying issue, we have new location because they learned the life lessons. So then they made it to like over 120 years old. Now there's a language that we all speak because we've seen people who are 120, 130 in the Guinness, how we go, the Guinness World Book of Records, or however you say that. Okay. So this is believable. We've seen this. We've all seen this. But if we've seen this and we know that this is believable, then how much further can we go? Eh? That's the question. So if we can live beyond 100, when in the Bible they tell you that men only, their lifespan is 70 years and the women's lifespan is 80 years, and here we have people getting to 120, 130, and just because someone is not in the Guinness World Book of Records, it doesn't mean that they are not older than the one who is recorded in that book. For you to think that that's where it stopped, nobody has ever been able to surpass that. And they are not so self-absorbed or wanting credit or recognition that they just keep it a secret. You don't need to know how old I am. They'll be looking at this 120-year-old and laughing like, oh, that's so sweet. You got 1,000 more years to go to catch up to my age. But you'll never know because they don't tell you. But just because they don't tell you, it doesn't mean that they don't exist. It's not inevitable that we become 100 years old and look like raisins or prunes. It is not natural. That is a result of bad living, bad lifestyle choices. So anyhow, let's continue. So yeah. So we got new location, learned life lessons. So the new location in this case will be that new thought process of they wanted a new life and they just did it at age 81 years old and they managed to get to 120. So whoever God is talking about here, they were living any old how up until 81. That's when they changed their life. And they just kept living and living until they got to 120 years old and beyond, because they changed their mindset, and then that made them change their lifestyle. So then they got the results because they learned the life lessons. They're paying attention. But y'all want to look at people like me talking like this and laugh at us. But don't worry. Don't worry. I'll keep you up to date on my age. Always. Because I'm proud. Because I know I'm going to be 350 and look like this. That is my intention. So that's what I'm going to be working towards. I'm not just going to talk the talk. I intend to learn the walk and walk the walk. Okay? So yeah, then we have the description African. Now there you go. So the Chinese and the Africans, their elders, shit, we got age over 15,000 years. Impossible? That's what they taught us to believe, that this is impossible. But is it? How you gonna know if you don't try? We need to stop dying. At 100. We need to stop being frail at 100. You're still a baby at 100. What have you learned by 100? You think that that's the purpose of life? You really think that what you managed to do in your 100 years of living is the gift of life? By 100 years old, we've hardly seen anything. We've hardly understood anything. Listen, some lessons take 40 years to grasp. This person finally got it, or these people finally got it after age 80. Babies. Give God a bit more credit than that. We are not meant to die at 100. We destroy ourselves, and that's why our lifespan is so short. It is not natural to die at 100. We have been programmed to accept it as natural because of how so many people choose to live. So by the time they get to 70, their eyesight start fading. Then by the time they get to 40, their knees start getting weak. But what the fuck have you been doing with your knees to keep them strong, Mr. or Mrs.? What have you been doing with your body to keep it strong? Nothing. You go to work, you put in 8 hours of work, you come back home. Yes, you're mentally taxed. Yes, you're tired, but your body hasn't had any work to do. When you work your body, you build muscle. Muscle expands the skin, and that expansion eradicates wrinkles. The muscle makes the body stronger. But when we get home, we just want to sit in front of the TV, go sit down in the couch, scroll on our phone, shit like that. And then we expect for our body to operate at optimal levels. That don't make no sense. The answer is so plain to see right before our eyes. But we haven't been trained to see it that way. So when people talk like me, y'all swear I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm actually advanced in my thinking. You're the one who is behind. So all of you who look in the mirror and you're seeing the changes, you're seeing the sagging, you're seeing the wrinkles coming in, and you get scared, and then you start to feel depressed about that, and you feel less than you are. That's actually speeding up the process. When you start seeing that, that's when you start to exercise, my darlings. When you start seeing the wrinkles coming in your neck, that's when you do some neck exercises, okay? When you start seeing them coming in your face, that's when you start smiling more. When you start seeing them coming around your eyes, that's when you start to activate the eye muscles some more. But y'all will see me doing that and think, oh, she's crazy. Don't pay attention to her. And then when I walk out looking fresh and clean and good, then you want to be jealous. I didn't wake up like this. When you start seeing the wrinkles coming around your mouth, activate the muscles. That's why so many people go to the gym. Their hands look young, their chest and their abdomen look young, but their neck look old. You need to exercise here too. You need to figure out how to target this part, figure out how to target this part, figure out how to target your face. Youth is free. Eternal youth is free. Well, mostly free. Anywho, let's continue. So yeah, it's not crazy to be over 15,000 years. Then we got runaway. These people hide. They don't let us know these things. So first of all, we gonna call them crazy because that's how we've been raised to think of people who talk like that. The first thing we do is call the people with the straight jacket. And they come in and inject you, say you're fucking crazy. How many people have you heard tell you that they're XYZ years old and you immediately thought there's something wrong with you? And then everything else that they ever said to you, you start questioning what they're saying to you because of your ignorance. That's not what they taught us in school, so it must be a lie. As if these people who have these schools care anything about our wisdom. Political or of government. Anyway, we're going to clarify the Chinese. Hang on. Why? All right. So, can we keep these cards? Fantastical. So that's our underlying issue. So yeah, man, we get old and die because we choose to live any old how. But it doesn't matter how old you are, you can always change the way you think. All you have to do is have a desire for a new life and put in the effort to get one. Have a desire for prolonged life and put in the effort to get one. People die because they choose death. You know, some people actually have their outfit ready. Some people actually bought a plot of land that they want to bury themselves on already, so they expect to die. So they've already accepted death. So they get it. Ever wonder how people can get so much gunshot in their head and still survive? It's because they were determined not to die. If you ask them to tell you their story, that's what they'll tell you. Because you can hurt the body, but you can't hurt the spirit. So whilst your body is incapacitated, your spirit still functions normally. Pay attention to when you're sick. It's like your spirit is still so vibrant and so lively. It's like I'm sick here, I'm not sick in here. So, clarifying Chinese. But you see, life happens so naturally that we miss a lot because we're not paying attention. We're living too fast, so we miss a lot. God gave us life. It's for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. How can you die to have everlasting life? What is everlasting life? You're already alive. How do you have everlasting life? Okay, so clarifying Chinese. Let us see. If you're already alive and you're promised everlasting life, you should not have to die to get it. It don't make no sense. The math is not mathing. Whoever that is saying hi, hello, hello, hello. And y'all would see people come from China and see the monks up in the freaking hills, 80 years old beating 20-year-old men and all types of stuff like that. And you will still look at me and call me crazy. And these 20-year-olds can't do like 10% of what them old people in Africa and old people. Listen, I see the cultures changing in these places too, but let me tell y'all something. You're not changing for the better, you're changing for the worse. You people idolize America and idolize American lifestyle and idolize. This is what's killing you. This is what is diminishing you. I love American lifestyle. I love American vibes too, but moderation. Okay? Your own culture is equally admirable, equally beautiful, and deserve your your admiration and your continued emulation. Only things that are actually bad for you do you need to let go of. But if your cultural practices actually make your nation better, then why are you changing it to something that's making you worse? Make it make sense. Enjoy America in small doses. And England. So we got age, birth to 10 years, clarifying the Chinese. Also, we got ran away. And we got fake birth certificate. Ooh, okay. So God is talking about somebody specific. Interesting. So everybody here need to take these messages as they resonate with you. But here we have an Anunnaki who look like a Chinese right now, who ran away when they were very young, and now they're using a fake birth certificate. Okay. So if you check the DNA, it will tell you who this person is, because you can change what you look like, but you can't change your DNA. So all these people who fake their deaths and they were once a black man, they come back looking like a white man or an Indian man or whatever kind of man, because yeah, they can do that. Your DNA can still tell us who you are. You cannot hide that well. Okay. So this is about the DNA. And this person at age 80, 81, between 81 to 100, they decided, you know what? I know that there's more to life than this. I'm going to change some things about myself. Because you know, when you get older, you get to that point of your life where it's like, you care less about what people think of you. You care less about, because you think you're going to die. Because they've trained us to believe that you're going to die. So you become more adventurous. You take more chances. You care less about stuff and people, and you tend to take a little bit more control over yourself. So that's what this person did, because they wanted a new life. And when they got to their new location and they tried to use the lessons that life taught them, they reached to 120 and beyond. So how old is this person exactly? We don't know. But God is telling us the story of someone who, so what? Then we have description African. So this person changed their identity. So now this person could be living in Africa, or this person could look like a black man, but they started off Chinese. Listen, I know this sounds crazy, right? But Craig faked his death, okay? And he now looks like a kind of, I don't know, some type of Indian-y type guy. I don't know how to describe his new look, but if you see his new look now, the only way that you'll be able to tell it's him is by his height. And height is what is at the as the underlying issue here. So when it comes to people faking their death and changing their image, you can tell by certain features. There are certain features that you can't just change. So the height is one of them, which I see them now doing surgeries to try and elongate people's heights. I don't know how successful that is, but yeah. So the underlying issues, God wants you to pay attention to the height. So I don't know who this message is for, but God is letting you know that you can know who this person is by their height. All right, let's see. We got criminal, okay, age over 200 years, and specific marks on the body. So that's another way to tell who your people are as well, because yeah. Okay, so it's like God is talking about somebody specific here. And they've been doing criminal activity for over 200 years. Let me see the next one I have is 250. After the 200-year card, I have 250 years. And that was the subject matter of this reading, 200 age over 250 years. So this person has used their renewed strength and their renewed life to live a life of crime. And they've been doing crime for more than 4/5 of their life. So, I mean, what you choose to do with yourself is up to you, innit? But God wants you to know, if you want long life, you can have it. You just have to change your mindset. And I guess that's why the thug life came out, and learning life lessons. So I guess this person is a criminal, but they must be doing something kind of right. So we got specific marks on the body, then we got an empty description card, and then we have a new identity. And then we got a description card, blank. So it's like God isn't even revealing this person's new identity. But this person could look like they're like 21 to 40 years old. That's what they look like. They look like they're between 21 to 40 years old, and they're fluent in multiple languages. Okay. And they changed their race. So they went from Chinese to African. And I put yup down there because I know it sounds crazy. Changed their race. Craig changed his race. They got skin bleaches that they could do that with. And when it comes to changing from a white person to a black person, or someone of a lighter skin tone to a darker skin tone, they got things that they can do that too. They just don't tell us about it. These people, this is what they dedicate their life to. And it's governmental or political, so you already know. They have access to all of the geniuses because we go to their schools. We're born in their hospitals, so they see how our birth actually takes place, and they know who is special and who is not. So we're born in their hospitals, we go to their schools, or we get signed up with their nurses or whatever. They've been monitoring us. So this person ran away at 10 years old, or about 10 years old. And so somebody probably took them away. And now this person has a fake birth certificate. Okay. This person is actually about 250. Well, this person is not a young person. This person was once Chinese, and now they are looking like they're an African. So I don't know if you're listening to this reading, whoever this reading is for, but in order for them to maintain your African appearance, they have to either inject you with something regularly or feed you something regularly. So whatever they're using for you to maintain this African description, it must be in your food, in your drink, in your water. I don't know how they do it. It could be in the air. These people study these things and they become geniuses at it because that's what they put their life's work into. Okay? And I've heard stories of people Okay, change their race. Look, world domination scheme. So they're using this person, age over 3,000 years. Interesting. So they're using this person to help further their world domination scheme. Okay, so this is the secret society peoples who want to dominate the world. But this is so that you guys know that these things are possible. Okay, so there must be more information that God wants to reveal here. Okay, just wait. I'm feeling there's information missing here. So does this person know who they truly are? Most likely. So this person is quite old now, over 250 years old, we are sure of. Okay? But the height of this person can't change. So anybody who knew this person at 120, they still are the same height. And they've been a criminal for over 200 years. So who exactly is this talking to? This isn't talking to us little 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds, 80-year-olds, 90-year-olds. This is talking to people in the next level. Okay? This is talking to the real elders. All right? So if you're 70, 80, 90 and you think that you're an elder, man, you're a baby. Okay? That's the truth of the situation. You're still a baby, trust me. Y'all just ain't living right, so you look old. Okay? But all right. So now that we know who we're talking about, most I really want to go with this now. So this person was Chinese, now he look African. So he looked like a black man. This person got to 81 years old and decided, you know what, I want a new life. And now they're over here helping the world domination people. He decided he wanted a new life. So I'm getting a he. And with this new life, he realized that he can keep his life. And so he kept his life for a very, 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 very long time. Okay? So he's been involved in criminal activity for over 200 years. Anywho, so I'm being guided to this deck. Let's see what's going to come out. Now he decided to help this stupid world domination people. No problem. Represent for your side like me. Wrinkles are not a natural phenomenon. Wrinkles are not inevitable. All that back pain and joint pain and all these things are not natural. They come from living wrong. Okay. All that damn arthritis and all them other sicknesses, they come from living wrong. Treating our body incorrectly. What we need is to educate ourselves on how we should be treating our body and then apply those lessons. Because it's like this. Elders are meant to help the younger generation, right? But if you guys keep getting old and dying, every time the new generation come, we have to start over from scratch. We have to make all the same dumb mistakes that you made and learned from. But if you were to do your job as elders, some of us would actually listen and not have to walk the walk in order to learn them stupid hard lessons. Because some of us are smart enough to know, you know what, that makes sense. But because y'all keep dying, we keep having to start over from scratch. Y'all die with all the experience and all the knowledge that could have furthered we, the younger generation. And even while you're alive, there's such a big gap between us where you're over there doing your thing and we're over here doing nonsense. And then you're looking at us over here doing nonsense when you're supposed to be the one that's giving us some kind of knowledge in our head to stop us from doing the nonsense. And then y'all cuss us and say how we stupid and young while you're not doing your job. Every young person is not going to want to listen to you, but some of us, we will. Find the ones that want what you have to offer. Don't worry about the ones who reject you. Pay attention to the ones who embrace you. They chose you. Pay attention to the ones who choose you. Okay? We're not here for people who reject what we come to bring to the table. We're here for people who can hear us, people who can see us, people who understand us, and people who think like us. People who are on the same track. We can discover and learn together. So let's see what other message God wants to bring out about or to this person. As usual, I didn't do breakfast again. I'm not a breakfast person. Okay, so we have only God can link you up with your real lover or people who love you for real. So just build it and they will come. Just be yourself. You don't have to go seeking for anybody. It's hard to find your people. It's hard to find your people. Okay? It's easy when God link you up with that person. So you be just randomly going about your life and then they'll just pop up. But only God can do that. Okay? So let's see. So this man was Chinese and now he's walking around black. Hey, very interesting. Oh. So every white man you see is not a white man. Every black man you see is not a black man. So what is race? What is racism? That's the one. What is racism? Human. Y'all don't even know what you're talking about and what you're doing. And sometimes a man is so lusty and he'll see a big bum and long hair and fucking big boobs. And when you really check it out, there's a mustache as well and beard. It's a man. What you see isn't always what is truly there. These will deceive you. This will not. And I'm not pointing at my brain. So let's see what cards came out. We got, that's actually their idea of what love is. Interesting. It's infatuation or lust. And we got, they want to curse you. So this person is happy being who they are. The underlying issue, they want children with you. Interesting. And we got, only God can link you up with your real lover. Because there's an active divine marriage contract in the ethers. But they're a flirt. They're a flirt, but they are the loyal type. And they will let go of all others for you. Oh my God. But you scare them. And they don't want to grow up yet. Ugh. To preferring monogamy. Oh, this got interesting. Okay, so first of all, I believe that I've said enough. Okay, so let me just mention what else is here. So we got, so they don't, so you scare them. And we got, they don't want to grow up yet. And we got, they prefer monogamy. And we have seduction, have fun together. And we have studying you. And we have a gold digger in a committed relationship. They have an active earthly marriage contract. And they expected a different outcome. We got, remove them from your future plans. So what we got going on here? So God is talking about somebody specific right now. So it's like there's two people here. There's two men here. One of them is the Chinese, who is now an African, and he is working with the world domination people. He has his eyes on somebody. This person doesn't mind what they're doing, because that's actually their idea of what love is. They think that they're right for helping these world domination people. We got, it's infatuation and lust, and they want to curse you. So whoever he got his eyes on, he want to curse them, and he finds no problem with it. Okay, he thinks that he's doing the Lord's work. Okay, and he wants to have children with this person. So he wants to, whoever the woman is, he got his sights on, he sees her as, they would make powerful babies. Okay, so this person is targeting this woman. Now Now, the next card, it says, only God can link you up with your real lover. So this person is not the real lover of whoever he has his eyes on. This person, the person that this age-old being has his eyes on, they actually have an active divine marriage contract with someone, but it's in the heavens. The contract is in the heavens, like who God put together, no man can cast asunder type of energy. So God has assigned this woman to somebody else on earth, but this somebody else that they're assigned to, they're a flirt who is the loyal type, and this person is willing to let go of all others for the said woman, but this woman scared them. Okay, so now we have a problem where the one that the woman is supposed to be with, the one who has the divine marriage contract, the man who has the divine marriage contract with the woman that this age-old being has his eyes on, we got that they prefer monogamy. Well, they don't want to grow up yet preferring monogamy. Okay, we got seduction and having fun together. So they just want to play around for now because they're studying this woman in question. Okay, now we have a gold digger who, this man who has a divine marriage contract with the target of this age-old being. He is in a relationship with he's in a committed relationship with a gold digger, and they have an active earthly marriage contract. Okay, so he's married. So the one that okay, so we're gonna call her a divine being. So there's two women and two men here in this story. One woman is a gold digger, one woman is a divine being. The two men, one of them is part of the world domination crew and he's very old. He sees the divine being and he wants her. But God has her for somebody else. But the man that God has the divine being for, he's married to someone else on the earth. Okay? So the gold digger, he's in a committed relationship with her. They have an active earthly marriage contract and they expected a different outcome. But what's happening is we got remove them from your future plans because you don't belong with her. Let's read on. So we got love languages. They see your value. Then we got facade. They want to bless you. So this woman is pretending with this man that belong with the divine being. So really and truly, we got an earthly marriage contract and a divine marriage contract. Now, which one of those contracts you feel trump the other? Obviously, the divine marriage contract is more legal, more fertile, more official than this earthly shit. So it's funny how I started out the reading in the first place talking about my own love life. Now it's making more sense because this sounds like my story, but I didn't know that this being want to have children with me. Anyhow, let's go back to this story. So yeah, so we got love languages and they see your value, but it's a facade. So this gold digger is pretending to love this man and he's believing that she so loves him, but it's actually a facade when she's acting like she wants the best for him. She doesn't want the best for him. We got cheater. And then we have God is putting you with this person, destiny thief. So this woman is here to steal this man's destiny. So really and truly, whoever the one with the divine contract is, she's the official wife. And the one with the earthly contract, she's the mistress. She's the destiny thief. She's the fake one. That's a union that will not stand because God did not put the two of them together. So we got, yeah. So it says God is putting you with this person. We got destiny thief. They chose you. They don't realize they are that way. Don't be afraid of rejection. Tell the truth about the personality. So somebody need to get to know themselves better. So this could be the man that's supposed to be the divine husband. Okay? So it's like because he's choosing to be with this gold digger who's pretending to love him, he's actually changing his destiny and the destiny of the one that has been selected for him. But they don't realize that that's what they're doing. But God is saying, don't be afraid of rejection. Tell the truth to yourself, personality. We got telepathic communication or other forms of communication and showing gratitude. And then we got you are their karma. Now we have a liar, reciprocate. So this is my part now. Yeah. So you need time apart. So this divine husband need to get to know himself, because right now he's missing from where he should be. He's not where he should be, and that means I'm not where I should be, or whoever the divine being is not where she should be. Okay, and this gold digger, she's not where she should be, and there's this other man that's trying to get in to be where the divine man's supposed to be. So you see that? That's just a clusterfuck of nonsense. Destiny thief. So until everybody find themselves where they should be, nothing is going to go right in their lives. Because I'm doing what I should be doing. I can't make him do what he's supposed to do. So I know that God's not going to punish me for the nonsense that he's choosing to do with his life, spending his life with this gold digger. You see? So I'm getting into the law of this whole scenario now. Okay? First of all, this age-old being, I don't even need to pay attention to him because I'm not interested. So you can forget it, whoever you are. Okay? I'd rather be alone than to be with the wrong person. Okay? Because I'm not bringing no cursed children into this world with my beautiful DNA. I'm not going to use my womb to house any curses. I use my womb to house the blessings of God only. Okay? So I'm not interested. You could forget that. So you don't even matter in this equation. Gold digger, back to you as we started out this reading. As we started out with me talking. He doesn't belong to you. I don't know if he ever did, but right now he doesn't belong to you. And as long as you guys stay together, you're not going to be happy. You're not going to have peace. And Mr. Man, the longer you stay with her is the more she's going to ruin you. And the more upset I'm going to be with you for not taking responsibility to get your life on track. Because by you being out there with her, you're delaying my life. You're delaying my destiny. You're delaying my happiness. Well, as far as it pertains to you anyway, because I'm going to keep moving forward with my life. But there's a man that's supposed to be by my side. And that is you. But instead you're out there looking after other people while your responsibility is being neglected. You don't feel like I'm your responsibility. Fine. So why should you be my responsibility? You want to be my responsibility, but you don't accept me as your responsibility. I felt your rejection when I said it. You don't want to be responsible for me, but you want me to be responsible for you. You don't want to be loyal to me, but you want to be loyal. You want me to be loyal to you. You want me to pay attention to you. You want me to wait on you. Do you know that God can take the contract from you and give it to somebody else? Let anything happen to me because you're neglecting your responsibility to me, and let's see what happens to you. Instead of fucking taking care of your own grass, you're out there taking care of somebody else's grass. No problem. Keep on with the alchemy. Because I am your karma. For every bit of sufferation that you make me have to endure, you will take it back. Return to sender. And I will have no mercy on you because you have no mercy on me. So stay out there with your gold digger and your bitches. And keep on neglecting me. So someone sent them to bless me, but we are incompatible. So God sent you to bless me, but we are incompatible. They want to build a life with you. Yeah, I'm here waiting on you. But when I've had enough, I will leave. When God has had enough, every relationship has an expiry date. Remember that. So that concludes this very interesting reading. Thank you all for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.